Yo, so what is up guys, this is Luciface, and in today's video I am showing you how Season 8 is going to be underwater, and the new map is also going to be an underwater map. Now let's get into it. So as you know, at the end of Season 5 and the start of Season 6, there was a huge theory about this underwater city. The theory was that as the runes were starting to be printed by the cube, people went and had a look at other runes that they could find on the map, seeing if they could connect to the cube. Now, as we know, the introduction of Viking Village in Season 5, there's a new place. And if you take a look here, there's actually two runes on the flag here. The first rune here at the bottom is called the Rune of Hagales, which is the Rune of Renewal, which can be related to the supposing rebirth of Dusty Divot. This was another theory back in Season 6-ish. Then the second one up here is the Rune of Ihwaz, which is the Rune of Transformation. Well, the Rune of Transformation can be related to the supposing change of Loot Lake. Now this theory was actually correct in the supposing change of Loot Lake, because as you know, Loot Lake then became a big island in the sky and took off, and then we were left with a big crash in the Loot Lake we know today. Now, you may be asking, well, what does all this link to and how does it link to it? So now when it started printing runes on the ground, we came to this. Now Rune is actually a video game which was made in 2000. Epic Games then licensed this game. Continuing on from this theory, in Norse mythology, Ragnarok is a series of apocalyptic events that will define the end of the world. This is also shown. So, Ragnarok, the tier 100 skin in Fortnite, is the word Ragnarok, the definition, is a series of apocalyptic events which usually ends by submerging it underwater. One of the main characters in the game Rune in 2000 that Epic Games licensed was also called Ragnarok. The name of the first main level, level 3 in this game Rune, is called Underwater Ruins. In this level, you have to find an underwater city. The city that you have to find is beneath a ginormous lake. And that lake is obviously relating to the Loot Lake that we had. Some of this theory then came true, and Loot Lake did turn into a giant. Some of this theory, as you saw before, did come true, and Loot Lake is now different. Since that is shown from the Rune of Transformation. In the end of this game, Ragnarok strides up a hill towards the last runestone and shatters it, which unleashes an unstoppable force, which therefore destroys the world. So that was the theory back in the day. Season 5-ish, Season 6-ish, and people thought the cube will destroy the world, as continuing the theory from there. So that theory was then kind of taken out of place. It wasn't really spoken up more since it just didn't happen. But I am going to be revisiting this theory. You may ask why I am revisiting this theory, and the reason is, and that is the new underwater skins: Deep Sea Destroyer with the Rebreather back bling, the Deep Sea Dominator with the Octo Tank back bling, the Kraken Axe, and the Nautilus glider, along with the Squid Striker. Now this, obviously these people go underwater, that's their job. So this is what led me to revisit the underwater city theory. As you guys know, with the release of Season 7, after Season 6 was also released this snowy area, with introduction of 3 new name locations such as Happy Hamlet, Polar Peak, and Frosty Flies. Now, at the start of Season 7, in this cave, there were actually, none less than, dragon eggs. Or at least, people thought they were dragon eggs. Now, with my new theory, the dragon eggs have now disappeared, and they disappeared a few weeks ago. So with my theory, I actually do not believe they were dragon eggs at all. I believe that they were some sort of ice creature hatching inside them. First of all, they were blue. Second of all, this also relates to the theory. Now, why this relates to the theory? Well, if everything submerges underwater, the fish, the underwater sea creature eggs, would then be allowed to thrive and swim. Now, in the past few weeks of Season 7, we have seen the snow start to slowly melt. After the event, the whole place was covered in snow, and every few days, a patch of snow would disappear. But since the start of Season 7, the snow had actually been around this part of Tilted as well, but has then disappeared back down to here on the mountain above Shifty Shafts. Now, you may be wondering what this has to do with the underwater theory. Well, what happens when snow melts? It turns into water. Therefore, I still strongly hold my theory of this all melting and submerging the place in water. Especially since, look how much ice there actually is overall. So, that's pretty much it for today's video, guys. I really hope you acknowledge what I've said in my video and take it all in. Revisiting the theory is what I've done in this video, and I've expanded on it, hoping that it would make more sense to you guys. It also kind of backs up the theory and gives it more strong point. Thanks for watching this video, guys, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!